Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, New Frontier Swine Time, episode 11. Now, we had just gotten a bunch of stuff done, including our barley planting and our soybean harvest, and we sold those pigs. We have money, and I think I'm going to buy the plow. Start with the big plow. That's got an attacher for what? Well, anyway, we're going to get this plow. And I think we ought to just pay our loan. It'll bring us back down to 200. Well, that'll bring us back down to 55K, but make sure we don't have any leased. Right, alright. We don't have any leased stuff, so we're going to repay our loan because then we won't have a loan. And now we need to bring food over. No, not yet. Right, so what all is actually next? We might as well get some food. We've got food. Pretty sure. But it's again, it's going to be about getting back through to something we can do. Oh yeah, last episode we expanded that field before we planted barley. But I am really serious about getting rid of the Nexat at this point. It's just not very good. Let's just drove off into randomness. Starting to hit some distance on these guys here. Get them, yeah. So I don't know if we actually need a log, but we might as well cut one down. Keep our money rolling in. Feels good to not have a loan. And then we'll go plow that guy over there. Could just be right. Growing weeds, harvested soybeans. What are we looking at here? 40K? Yeah. And right above this guy here, this into 2 pieces. And then not really worry about it because we don't have room. But what we can do is get going on that plowing and just get that field plowed before we move on. We'll go get the plow and we'll get it plowed. Actually, we could plow these other 2 while we're at it, because they're not planted. They're just and maybe even see about fixing that problem. They're not planted, they've just been slurried and cultivated. But right, we're gonna go plow that big old field there. Alright, so that's all the plowing done with our new plow. Should fold up any time here. You know, I'm just gonna park it against this this thing here for now. We'll kind of keep it out of the way. We can get going into November and probably mostly just jump right through. Although one of the things I really want to do is get that high lift and the upgraded sawmill, which honestly will cost us quite a bit. So for the moment, I'm just gonna go get us into November, and then I'll drive this thing down. We'll pull a piece of lumber down, well, a piece of oak down, and load it up. And after a couple more months, we'll probably have enough to feel like it's not a huge deal to borrow money for those other bits. No little baby pigs yet, but that's fine. Although I do want to see, since we're here, we also need a slurry applicator if we are going to get rid of the Nexat stuff. I'm not really planning on getting rid of it until I actually have replacements for everything. Because otherwise I could find myself in a serious pinch. But we'll earn replacements for everything. And then we'll be able to get going. So we've got our 5 rows of barley here, and that's 3 rows of potato, 3 rows of sorghum, 3 rows of potato, 3 rows of soybeans, and 7 rows of, or 8 rows, however many rows that big field is. But that'll cover us for getting through another year. You know, what would help is if we had the winch on the tractor. Like, kind of part of how this whole thing works. Just holding things in all the way. Nice. Yeah, that's in there. Yeah, it took both. Nice. The whole tree. Well, so with that dealt with, I'm going to leave this thing running. We don't really have much more to do. Hopefully I did bother to, or remember to get the weeds going. So I somehow didn't get that middle bit fertilized properly again. So what do we have solution-wise for slurry application? This guy here, he only has 18. We do have the big tanker, and then he's 15 wide, which is about as wide as the other guy. This guy's bigger, but doesn't have the applicator. So he needs the applicator. So it would be done with this. Or we can go fight with... Oh, we got there. What are you? Oh, you're only 15. Yeah. Alright, so that guy needs an applicator attached. We look at combinations. We've got a 30 meter and a 30 meter. Less weight on the more expensive one. We look at that, 104 and 258. Yeah. I think if we then we're gonna have to go fight with the hard to drop sprayer again. I feel like this thing was easier to deal with when it had and has the head on it. I thought I slurried that thing, so I'm confused now. Is it like a double application of slurry that's required or something? Is that what the whole doubling is? I'm 100% sure. I haven't done much slurry applicating before. We'll go get this fertilized up, even though we shouldn't have to. see. What would get us one shot straight down the middle? Would it be 34? Well, 14 is 28, and another 14 is 3 rows is 52, which is what the max of the thing is. I don't know what the actual max of it is. $56. Okay, well, if we go straight down the center, what do we get? Okay, we cover everybody. Yeah, this doesn't match. What are they even thinking? This doesn't match. You can still drive on the field, so that's all well and good, but well, so I get 4 out of it, and then I just got to cut it down to 14 and come back up 1. Well, I did it on the other side, I think. Yeah, if I had done it on the other side, that would have made more sense. But, oh well. Okay, so we have done our November work, and it's time to go to December. December. Probably would be making more money on this oak. Well, maybe not more money overall, probably about the same, but we would be making... Oh, more tiny piggies. We would be making the money faster. In fact, we need to plant some more. But in order to really do that, we need to get another get another range available. So we're going to do a bunch of just tree deletions here. Run ourselves another line down here and get another stand of oak going so that we're continuing to have oak when we need it. So I'm going to time lapse this. Right, we've got the room. Now we just need to get it planted. There we go. Oh, hit that. That was a pain. Alright, now to go get some trees planted. We've got two pallets left. So that's what? Is that 20 or 40 trees? Forget how many come in a pallet actually. We're just gonna go straight out this way. There we go. And then come back and maybe we'll be maybe 2 lines or 4 lines. I think we're gonna, so if we just turn around at 10, we should have one set planted. I'll go get the next pallet and come back and do it again. So I think letting that medium sawmill run out rather than packing it again and buying the large is probably the better way to go. Yeah. Just through it, man. We're going through it. I think by the time we process all that, even with a large sawmill, we're going to end up with those completely grown. We do need to keep going though. We need to keep, so once we get through that batch, we need to replant it. That's like a pretty key part of the whole process, I think. But I do think it makes sense to let this thing run out first. And then pull all the wood chips or whatever. Though it's now December, I wonder if we can fit more pig food in there. Yeah, didn't quite fill it, but I bet if we pull into January, it will have filled it all the way. Jump over that and pull into January. The snow's not looking promising. More, no? Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go dump this 247 liters in. and go get those wood chips. Hopefully we can have a decent drive doing it. So I'll see you when we're done with the wood chips. Alright, that's the first half. 36 grand, not bad. And here comes the second half. Well, not half, I guess, but closer to it. Now, we need to get rid of those rocks if we want to expand the fields. Now, snow is not the greatest time to go get rid of rocks, so we're going to have to wait on that, but it might be a good idea. We already have that little trailer. It might be a good idea to buy the rock breaker while we have the money. So that we're ready to rock when the time comes. And we've got the plow, so that's better for making fields. I wonder if that trailer will work with this truck. The answer is nope. That's fine. Because we also have this guy. And we need more trees anyway. So I wonder if we can get some tree pallets. Even two for a small stand of oak. Look at, there we go. Two more oak. 40 trees, I think. Yeah. But we also need something that can run that rock breaker. And we'll need a bucket to get the yeah, so we'll buy this guy. And we'll buy bucket. Yeah. Well, we'll buy this guy. And we'll buy a bucket for the telehandler. Whoops. Telehandler tools. Got the universal bucket That's what we got. Okay. Get us one of those too. This thing acts like the snow isn't even here. That'll work. And grab these guys and stick them on there. I got stuck on it. Why you gotta do that, man? There we go. Geez, that wasn't that hard, was it? Alright, where are we gonna stick these forks? Somewhere we can pick them up again. Somewhere we can find them. It's here is fine. We do need some sort of machine haul sometime soon though. But I'm not sure where to put it. It'd be good to get rid of all the Nexat stuff, I think. It was an interesting start. But it's not really ready. There's issues with the equipment, and it's actually kind of a pain to switch all the equipment. We can do it for similar or less price, and there's no such thing as soil compaction in FS25, so it's not like it even matters. And yeah, no is not the best time to go out and do this, so I think we're just gonna sleep through the night. And hopefully the snow is gone tomorrow. And as I said, I'm going to get rid of the medium. We're going to replace the medium sawmill with a large, even if we have to take a loan out. Well, we got to let it empty itself out first. There we go. Now we're looking good. We got some nice, happy, weedless field. As far as how we set this thing down properly, I still don't know. I mean, we're not going to buy it today, but if we look at buying one and where it can be placed, so there's our medium sawmill. There's our large. Yeah, only that it's smaller. We put it like this, we have to come around from that side. We put it like this, and we still have to come around because, yeah, and it's going to be not on the flat spot. We're going to have to do some more landscaping to make that right. I think whatever we do, we're going to have to do landscaping to make it right. I mean, we could just borrow the money, plant it here, and call it good, right? Start filling her up, and when the other one runs out, it runs out, and we delete it and sell it and pay back the money. We're basically there. I think that's actually the good plan. So we're going to borrow 200K, which will put us at 349. Yep. If we put this guy right here, you can fill them up and worry about consequences later. Yeah, not much landscape problem there. So that's cool. Bet we can just push these things off. If we get them untied. I think that probably unlatches them. We can hope. Yep, it does. Okay. Roll down here and take care of these rocks. Are those even rocks? Did I just like totally buy a thing that... Okay, those are, those aren't even rocks, those are like... Okay, I am... Well, maybe there's rocks, maybe there aren't, but apparently I don't need them. We can just get the rest of our field going, assuming... Those aren't rocks. Not in the sense of being pile drivered away kinds of rocks anyway. As they must be plowable or paintable or something. But what we do need to do is get this thing worked into the landscape a little better. I wonder if we can fell this tree right into the trigger. You're serious? Yep. Pretty sure. Yep. Nice. I doubt this one goes right in the same way, but might as well give it a shot, right? That'll improve our throughput a bit. We are going to get rid of the other one. Because we don't need to. We're not trying to get through them as much as we're trying to have a steady income. If we're lucky, that'll actually fit in the thing, and it does. Nice. Let's see what we got here. Spelling. Alright, everything's selling. And now we can activate it all. And this guy's almost out of wood. There's very little wood chips left. And he only needs a few more. So we'll drop a couple more. We're going to have to do more logging now, but that's fine. We got to get through our money, and we got to get through our final bit of wood in the medium one rather quickly. Doubt that extends far enough in, but we can try. Yeah, nope, it doesn't. But maybe we can just shove those trees in instead of having to winch them, as this thing can't even carry that winch. Let's friend up a little bit. And then we'll go shove them over. I'll put at 84. Already further along. And we can actually afford right now to do a little bit of cleanup here, which is mainly just smoothing. Yeah, so it looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, and then this This has 2,000. Right, we're just gonna push time. So we're out of wood. Okay, we're out of wood. So get this guy out of the way. And we'll go get the trailer. Yes. We actually do need the trailer if we're gonna bring this. If we want to bring the trailer, we have to hook up to it. Just a little pro tip there for y'all. And tiny piggies. Coming up on another pig sale here in a few months. I gotta get potatoes in. I gotta buy that potato harvester, so I don't have to worry about it. This is more of a pain to deal with wood chips, unfortunately. But overall, I think it's a better deal. Now I know these aren't worth very much, but we only have one trailer at the moment, so there's no reason to keep them. We're just gonna go sell them for whatever. Gotta get rid of these stumps at some point as well. Now, all of those stumps could be removed the traditional way. I'd also like to get some roads in down to our newest big field there, and possibly around and such. When we buy this stuff, we can put various productions up here. Maybe even try to build like parking lots for them and whatnot. I'm not very good at that. I guess we didn't lose much on it being February instead of January, which is cool. Yeah, we can have a factory here and a factory here. Up around there too. What do we need to do with this thing? Not much. I'll leave him sitting here for now. Right. See. There we go. Sell that one. If we wanted to do some construction down there, mainly just some smoothing. Get everybody all smoothed off. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad looking. Probably want to get a better ground texture eventually. But now we can get rid of some more stumps and cut down a couple more trees and get going on that. And then in a month or two we can pay off the loan again. I do believe that in the way that we are doing these things, that thing is actually kind of useless. So no point in having it. Now that I've sold it, I'll want it again, I'm sure, for some other random project later, but that's fine. Get a couple more trees down for that. We could borrow another 100 or so K and get that high lift going. What I really like to be able to do is actually get a grader out and cut roads, you know, the way you actually cut roads. And then we could use a debris crusher or go break up some rocks and bring the gravel down and gravel them. Actually be kind of interesting to do it that way. In the meantime, let's see what we can do about just shoving these trees into place. So I think high lift is going to be a big important purchase here soon. That's in there enough. Well, that'll definitely be good for a couple of months. We can get on to April and do our... Well, we're actually going to leave it here. And next time we will get on to April and we will be doing a bunch of other stuff. But this is where the episode ends. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.